Once again, my phone can not decide whether my internet wants cannot decide whether it wants to be off or on. But anyway, this is school on Tuesday, 7th of December, 2021. I keep on feeling I'm about to hiccup, I just don't. So, I went to grab a couple face masks because TMI warning. Usually, my nose. Hold on. My nose runs a lot during an exam, which I don't think it's anything to do with the exam itself. It's just because of the timing, because they're in the winter and the summer. So in the winter I have a cold, and in the summer I have hay fever. Um, so I felt that I could just wear a face mask and no one would notice. Um, yeah. So went to the hall to sign in, but no one was there to let us sign in, so we just waited for a long time. And then eventually Headier came and was like, could you go please into this room? So we did. And then after that, they said, could you all just go to study? So everyone went to study. I went to learning support to see if I'm studying in learning support because I'm small group. It's not even a group at this point. It's just isolation. The small group used to be an actual group, but now it's just us on our own. Um, but anyway, I didn't know if small group people go to the small group to revise or they go to the study hall to revise. I had a choice, so I just went to study hall. So I was going to read my comics, but I felt actually that's too high profile, too high key. So instead I read my actual book. I did no revision today. Actually I didn't finish the comic today, so should be one tomorrow though. And actually there is a review to do. So I'm trying to think of where I write. So the second period lasted from 20 to 11 to 1 o'clock, 2 hours 20 minutes, which was, I mean, break is 10 minutes earlier than it normally is, and lunch is 10 minutes earlier than normally is, so it's the same amount of, same gap, just I was running off basically nothing because uh, I was left with one functioning eye after a massive drop of rain landed directly in my eye. And it was hail. Basically, it was hail. Don't actually know if it was or not, but it was sore. So, because they knew I had one functioning eye, guy took my. He took the rest of my biscuits. I had a couple bites in. Um, he took one. I was like, I've got this other biscuit. He took that as well, and then he went to get his own break. The greedy bastard. um, I wouldn't have minded on any normal day, but I don't want to be running off on nothing because I was told that the study hall was, or sorry, not the canteen was even more packed than it normally is, which is saying something. So I thought, it's going to be the same uh, at lunch. So I'm just not going to grab lunch because by the time I get there, there'll be nothing left. But anyway, turns out that there's only 3 people who didn't have an exam in the second period. So I moved down to the very back of the class and I read and finished Daniel X2. It's great, it's fantastic. I had a feeling that the ending was going to be basically the same as the first book, because the first book was he defeated the bad guy by, it's going to sound really weird, but just, you don't, you'd understand if you read the book. In the first book, he defeats the bad guy by turning himself into a fly, walking into the guy's brain, and becoming big again, like an Ant-Man theory about him crawling up Thanos' ass. And I thought, oh, he's turned himself into a fly again. He's gonna kill the bad guy, doing the exact same thing. But no, we defeated him by, oh, what was it again? It's a great book, but it's a long day. Whatever, it was original. It wasn't anything like the first book. Anyway, once again, another TMI warning. I'd go to the bathroom and suddenly my nose started bleeding, which that doesn't really happen to me. I thought, no, it's gonna be terrible, because even if I wear a mask, the blood's gonna drip down on my mask and you'll see that I'm bleeding. But it was fine. Anyway, at lunch, I was one of the first people there. And the principal said, "Excuse me, lad, do you mind just waiting, please?" Oh, okay. And then I thought we were supposed to stay in the canteen after we got there, but we probably were, but I decided to move on. Donated to Daniel X and went to talk to people who were in science. Then they went to go to their exams, so I went to go to mine. I had English today. No revision. Didn't really know any of it bar the Crucible. And it went better than I thought it would. But there's just a couple of problems. One, there were some things that they didn't say were going to be on the test. Like, for example, they said, just revise Acts 1 and 2, right? But there was a question on Act 3. Luckily, I knew what I was talking about. And then there were things that they said would be on the test but weren't, like dark romanticism. They never asked anything about dark romanticism, but I fit it in. But I just don't know if I did it well or not. Anyway, sharp objects. Oh, I was gonna do this with Succession, but I ended up liking it after one episode, and same thing goes with White Lotus. This is both an initial and second chance review, which we'll get into after I actually do it. Sharp Objects, universally positive ratings, HBO original series. I watched it on Sky Atlantic. Amy Adams, Sophia Willis, Sydney Sweeney. In the initial review, I would have said I'm gonna have to watch a second episode of the see if I like it or not, because I really didn't know what to think. And after the second episode, it's good. This memes as of 15 to 7 p.m. If there's an LGBT agenda, then why am I so goddamn depressed and feel so hated? there's no joy to be felt in pride. So I find in pride. Is there a gay agenda? No. Are gay people oppressed? No. And the thing is, people are going to say that that's homophobic. Despite that I'd say it's equal, it's neutral. You know, it's not homophobic, it's not straight phobic. So I don't see the problem because, I mean, gay people literally aren't oppressed. If you want evidence, it's right there. If gay people were oppressed, then all these companies wouldn't change their logos to the pride flag. Now, this pride one obviously doesn't count, but all the others that have nothing to do with gay people that do that. And if the world hated gay people so much, the companies would never dare do that because they would lose money by doing that if we lived in a homophobic society in the West.
Ethnicities or what? All ethnicity, all ethnicities or what? All ethnicities. Do you like curvy or thin? I like thick. Oh, damn, okay.
I knew I was toxic when I met my girlfriend for the Islam, so she had to wear hijab so people wouldn't holler at her. I was still eating bacon cheeseburgers the whole time. Y'all think Anne Frank was playing with her pussy in the attic? What kind of sick-ass guy would tweet this? I knew Abraham Lincoln's hat went flying when he got assassinated in that theater. My mouth's so crazy when I'm drunk, having to make sure I'm not around too many people. Time for another Hall of Fame tweet. Who joins the military immediately after 9/11? You seen them guys was not playing? I hope my walking buddy know we finna. These guys got me. Guess he's going to kill tonight. Imagine if he stayed. Imagine if he left me alone from the jump. What are you even talking about? What are you even talking about? Kawhi Leonard? Thinking about writing a book.
Street.
Ask Leonard answer, don't worry about it. It's any personal question. Her last boyfriend was black. Republican lawmakers want to make child drag shows illegal. Just a reminder that Republican lawmakers want to make child drag shows illegal. And, like, they shouldn't be a thing. Because the whole point of like, right, children should not be able to do this because they do not have the brain function to seriously consider if this is what they want. Like, right, I was actually thinking about this because they were talking about it in the White Lotus last night. Spoilers to the show, but a guy who's 16, he gets really into sailing when he's there. He goes, and he says to his parents, I don't want to go home. I want to stay here and make a living doing this. I can, like, finish school online. No, you're not doing that. And when they get to the airport, he slows down a bit and they board the plane and he just goes and he actually joins. You see him join up and start sailing. Because it's what he wanted. Or at least he thinks it's what he wants. But he might grow up and regret that action. Maybe even a couple of months, couple of weeks. So yeah, child drag shows are pedophilia. This Twitter as of 2 to payday loans. Who falls for that? Financial aid office. Alec Baldwin deleted his Twitter account. Someone needs to make sure that his social media manager is still breathing. This morning, the right's echo chamber is so much bigger than merely TV and radio. Conservatives are building their own apps, phones, cryptocurrencies, and publishing. This is to circumvent the mainstream tech and media ecosystem. Complain, this is the future you chose. Right, so you post a right-wing opinion online, it gets deleted, and you go, what the hell? Freedom of speech, you shouldn't delete things because you politically disagree with them. Oh, well, you don't like it? Build your own platform, then. And you know what? Right-wingers started building their own platforms, and now that they're building their own platforms, which is exactly what the left said, the left are going, no, no, no. If you don't want to hear right-wing opinions, then just don't watch the right-wing channels. Don't join the right-wing social medias, etc. Can't confirm the fiber pills work. Family pictures are the best. Shows your actual height. Driving like mad so I can get all this mom's videos doing so I can piss off for Christmas. What are you buying? This is what it's like being in the English class on a Thursday. Because the teacher posts on Google Classroom the annotations for the minister's black veil. I don't really have a problem with saying that because I'm probably not going to read all of it. Because I don't think we'll have to read. Right, I think that we don't have a need for it anymore. I don't think we're going to do anything about it anymore. It's over. We're now going on to other book that I refuse to say the name of. But posted the annotations for Minister's Black Veil, and she highlighted basically everything. By the time you read these words, the banners of permissible will certainly have moved again, yet the arbitrary, unpredictable movability of these Chinese walls itself a powerful deterrent, as David Bundutsky observes. Government's primary means of control is the fuzzy line. No one ever knows exactly where the line is. The control apparatus is built on uncertainty and self-censorship, on creating this atmosphere of fear. American scholar Perry Link famously compared it to an anaconda lurking in a chandelier hanging from the ceiling of your living room. The anaconda only has to shake the glass panels a little, and you will feel afraid. PS4 version, I'm guessing what this is talking about is the fact that they're adding No Way Home inspired outfits to Spider-Man PS4, but it's only going to be on the PS5 version. So I'm guessing people who don't have PS5s are complaining. I don't care. I'm going to play the remaster, but yeah, that's it. Oh, it's Uncharted, actually. Actually, yeah, people are complaining a bit about, right. Hold on, so you have to pay for the upgrades? Huh. I'm confused. Whatever. Please don't be Call of Duty. Piss off.